Every person is the sum total of their thoughts. What you hold in your mind day after day shapes your future. If you think about success, growth, service, and abundance, you will move toward those things. If you dwell on fear, failure, lack, and limitations, that is exactly what your life will reflect. The astonishing truth is this: you do not become what you wish for or what you occasionally dream about. You become what you continually think about. 1. The mind is soil. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant, it will grow. If you plant corn, you get corn. If you plant poison ivy, you get poison ivy. The soil doesn't care which seed you choose. It simply returns what you put into it. Your thoughts are the seeds. The results in your life are the harvest. If you want a better harvest, you must plant better seeds. 2. The law of concentration. Whatever you concentrate on expands. Think long enough about opportunities and you'll begin to see them everywhere. Think constantly about problems and your mind will magnify them until you feel trapped. That's why the 6-word secret is so powerful. It forces us to ask, what am I thinking about most of the time? That answer predicts where we are headed. 3. The power of goals. A ship without a destination will drift endlessly at sea, pushed by every wind and current. A person without goals is the same. But when you decide what you want, clearly, specifically, and in writing, your thoughts begin to organize around that vision. And because we become what we think about, a written goal becomes a magnet, pulling us toward its achievement. 4. Guarding the mind. Just as you would never let weeds overrun your garden, you must not let negative, useless, or destructive thoughts overrun your mind. Winners are careful about what they read, what they listen to, and the people they spend time with, because they know every influence plants a seed. Guard your mind as you would guard your most valuable treasure, because it is. 5. Action follows thought. You don't act out of what you wish for. You act out of what dominates your thoughts. If you think about fitness long enough, you'll begin to eat differently and move your body. If you think about wealth long enough, you'll find yourself saving, investing, and creating. Thought leads to action, action leads to habit, and habit leads to destiny. 6. The choice is yours. No one can control your thoughts but you. That is why every person has the ability to change their life no matter where they start. The 6-word secret gives you full responsibility. If you don't like your present results, change your thinking, and your life will follow. It cannot be otherwise. There is a peculiar quality about human beings. We think, we plan, we dream endlessly, yet often we remain motionless, waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. The truth is, the world does not reward thought alone, it rewards action. Those who achieve greatness are not necessarily the wisest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are those who refuse to wait. Action is the bridge between desire and reality, the conduit through which ideas transform into tangible results. You can plan endlessly, you can strategize for years, but until you take that first step, nothing changes. Even the smallest action taken consistently creates movement. That movement produces momentum. Momentum attracts opportunity, sharpens skill, and builds confidence. Inaction, no matter how well-intentioned, leads to stagnation, regret, and unrealized potential. Every day you postpone, the world moves on without you. Every hesitation is a step backward. The people who shape their destiny understand that ideas without execution are like seeds that never touch the soil. The magic lies in doing, in pushing forward despite fear, uncertainty, and imperfection. You do not need a perfect plan or perfect circumstances, you only need the courage to begin. Each action, no matter how small, compounds over time. The person who consistently moves forward, who chooses doing over merely thinking, eventually surpasses those who rely solely on intention. Success is less about inspiration and more about persistence and motion. Every achievement begins with the decision to act. Your ability to move, to step forward in the direction of your goals, defines the life you will create. Waiting for permission, waiting for clarity, waiting for certainty will rob you of your future. The world belongs to those who act. They create momentum, they seize opportunity, and they develop the confidence that comes only from experience. Action produces results, and results build belief. Belief fuels further action, creating a self-sustaining cycle of progress and success. It is through consistent, decisive, intentional action that dreams become reality, that potential becomes mastery, and that ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. Success is rarely the result of a single act of genius or a sudden stroke of luck. Most often, it is the product of small, repeated actions performed consistently over time. There is a natural law at work in all human endeavor, a principle that magnifies effort, persistence, and disciplined routine. This law is simple. Consistent action compounds, creating results far greater than the sum of its parts. Consider the difference between someone who works sporadically with bursts of energy and someone who applies steady effort day after day. The first may show occasional flashes of progress, but it is fleeting, unreliable, and often unsustainable. The second, applying consistent effort even when motivation falters, steadily accumulates results, building momentum that becomes unstoppable. Consistency is the unseen force behind mastery. Musicians do not become great overnight. Athletes do not achieve championship level in a single practice. Writers do not produce masterpieces with a single stroke of the pen. All greatness emerges from disciplined repetition, from the quiet commitment to do what others refuse to do day in and day out. It is this repeated, persistent action that molds character, sharpens skill, and deepens understanding. Each day you commit to consistency, you plant seeds for future achievement. Each time you maintain your routine, no matter how small the task, you are adding layers of advantage that will bear fruit in time. The compounding effect is subtle at first. Results may seem minimal and progress almost invisible, yet over weeks, months, and years the accumulation of effort becomes monumental. This is the secret the world's most successful people understand. They show up even when they don't feel like it. They do the work even when it seems insignificant. They embrace the slow, steady rhythm of progress because they know it is more powerful than sudden bursts of energy or sporadic motivation. Your future depends less on inspiration and more on commitment to regular, every small effort, repeated consistently, becomes part of a larger wave of success that carries you further than talent, luck, or sudden opportunity ever could. It is the quiet, almost invisible work, the decisions made day after day to keep moving forward, that separates those who succeed from those who merely dream. Consistency turns effort into habit, habit into skill, and skill into achievement. It bridges the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. The true measure of success is not the occasional great performance, but the ability to persist, to remain steadfast, and to maintain your course long after excitement has faded and challenges have arisen. By embracing consistency, you tap into the natural compounding of effort, the slow accumulation of advantage, and the unstoppable momentum that ultimately creates extraordinary results. The mind is the most powerful tool you possess, and yet it is often the source of limitation, doubt, and hesitation. Success begins not with skills, not with luck, not with opportunity, but with belief. The unwavering conviction that you can achieve what you set out to accomplish. When you truly believe in your ability, your actions align with purpose, your energy becomes focused, and obstacles lose their power to stop you. Those who doubt themselves struggle endlessly, attempting to force results without the guiding force of self-confidence. Belief is not mere wishful thinking, it is the foundation upon which action stands. It is the internal compass that directs your choices, shapes your habits, and determines how you respond to challenge. Consider the countless stories of people who achieved the extraordinary, not because they were smarter or stronger than others, but because they refused to surrender to doubt. They believed and therefore they acted. Belief produces courage, and courage produces action. Action produces results, and results reinforce belief in a continuous cycle that propels you forward. Without belief, action is timid, inconsistent, and vulnerable to failure. With belief, action is deliberate, focused, and unstoppable. You will find that when you believe, doors open that were once invisible, solutions appear where there were only problems, and the impossible becomes attainable. The secret lies in the sequence: believe first, act second. Too often people wait for proof, for confirmation, or for external validation before taking action. But the law of success works in reverse. Confidence precedes achievement. You cannot wait to feel capable before doing. You must do because you believe, and through doing, capability is forged. Belief also fuels resilience. When setbacks come, and they always do, it is your belief in yourself and your purpose that allows you to continue, to rise after failure, and to persist when others quit. The strongest individuals are not those who never stumble, but those whose faith in themselves is unshakable. Every achievement, every victory, every success story begins in the mind with belief. You must see yourself succeeding before the world confirms it, trust in your own abilities when circumstances are uncertain, and act with the confidence that comes from inner conviction. To believe you can is to take control of your destiny, to overcome fear, and to unlock potential that would otherwise remain dormant. The six-word secret becomes clear here: belief fuels action, and action transforms potential into reality. Without belief, talent withers. Without belief, opportunity passes unnoticed. But with belief, you become a force that moves through challenge, creates results, and shapes the life you envision. Every action you take is amplified by your faith in your own ability, and that is the power that separates those who merely dream from those who accomplish. Life and success are not linear. They do not unfold according to plan or expectation. The world is unpredictable, filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected turns. Those who achieve lasting success understand that the ability to learn, adapt, and persist is more important than talent, luck, or opportunity alone. Learning is not just the accumulation of knowledge, it is the active process of observing, reflecting, and improving. Every experience, every mistake, and every encounter holds a lesson if we are willing to see it. The successful person treats setbacks not as failures but as feedback, valuable information that guides the next decision. Adaptation is the natural response to learning. It is the willingness to change strategies, adjust approaches, and embrace flexibility in the face of new realities. Stubborn adherence to a single method in a changing world is a path to frustration. Those who adapt, however, turn obstacles into opportunities. They pivot when necessary, refine their skills, and align their actions with the evolving demands of life. Movement is the key. Learning and adaptation are meaningless without the courage to keep moving forward. Action, even imperfect action, creates momentum. Stagnation kills potential. Progress is rarely perfect. It is often messy, uneven, and slow. Yet those who persist, who continue to take steps forward despite uncertainty and setbacks, eventually achieve what others never attempt. Every mistake, every obstacle, every moment of difficulty becomes a stepping stone when met with a mindset of learning and adaptation. Fear of failure paralyzes, but a focus on learning transforms fear into growth. To move forward, you must be willing to leave behind what no longer serves you, to question assumptions, and to embrace the discomfort of change. Success is less about avoiding mistakes than it is about responding to them intelligently and persistently. The law of progress rewards those who are resilient, flexible, and committed to continual improvement. Each step forward builds confidence, each adjustment sharpens skill, and each lesson learned compounds into mastery. There is no instant success, no sudden transformation. The world belongs to those who are lifelong learners, who adapt with grace, and who refuse to stop moving toward their goals. The 6-word secret manifests here in action. Every step, every adjustment, every effort compounds when combined with relentless forward motion. Those who master the art of learning, adapting, and persisting are able to convert uncertainty into advantage, failure into insight, and challenge into progress. In a world that constantly changes, the most valuable skill is not intelligence or talent alone, but the capacity to respond, evolve, and maintain forward momentum. Success is a journey, not a single event, and the journey is sustained by a commitment to learning, adapting, and moving ahead no matter the obstacles or the doubts that may arise. In a world filled with distractions, noise, and competing demands, the ability to focus is one of the most valuable skills a person can possess. Success does not come to those who scatter their energy across endless tasks or chase every opportunity without discernment. It comes to those who identify what truly matters and dedicate themselves to it fully. Focus is not merely paying attention, it is the conscious decision to invest your time, energy, and effort in pursuits that align with your highest priorities. The mind has limited capacity. Every moment spent on trivial matters is a moment lost for meaningful progress. Those who understand this principle rise above the crowd because they concentrate on actions that generate the greatest results. To focus is to eliminate distractions, to resist the temptation of immediate gratification, and to say no to what does not serve your ultimate goals. It requires clarity of purpose, a clear vision of what you want, and an unwavering commitment to your path. Consider the stories of those who achieved extraordinary success. They did not chase every trend or respond to every demand. They concentrated on their craft, their mission, and the steps that would move them closer to their vision. Focus amplifies effort. When all your energy is directed toward a single objective, your actions compound, your skill develops faster, and opportunities begin to align. Conversely, scattered attention dissipates energy, slows progress, and breeds frustration. Focus also cultivates resilience. When obstacles arise, those who are clear about what matters remain steadfast. They are not easily swayed by criticism, doubt, or temporary setbacks. They see beyond the immediate challenge to the bigger picture, and they persist with discipline and purpose. To master focus, one must develop the habit of prioritization. Identify the key actions that will produce the highest impact and commit to them with consistency and dedication. Avoid the temptation to multitask, to respond to every distraction, or to follow the path of least resistance. Concentrate on what matters most, even if it means sacrificing comfort, leisure, or immediate recognition. the results will be disproportionately rewarding. Focus creates leverage. A single, well-directed effort can accomplish more than countless scattered actions. The 6-word secret becomes evident. Focus, combined with action, consistency, belief, adaptation, and persistence, drives results that are beyond ordinary. Life is full of demands, but your time and energy are finite. By choosing to focus on what truly matters, you harness your potential, magnify your influence, and accelerate your journey toward success. Those who master focus transform effort into achievement, distractions into clarity, and ordinary days into a purposeful, unstoppable march toward their goals. Dreams are the starting point of all achievement, but they remain intangible without the force of discipline. Many people possess vision, ambition, and talent, yet they fail to convert their dreams into reality because they lack the self-control and consistency required to follow through. Discipline is the bridge that connects desire with accomplishment, thought with action, and potential with results. It is the silent power that transforms fleeting motivation into lasting progress. Motivation is temporary, often influenced by circumstances, mood, or external events. Discipline, however, is a constant force, a commitment to act even when enthusiasm fades. It is what allows a person to rise early, work late, persevere through setbacks, and remain steadfast when the world challenges their resolve. Those who achieve greatness understand that talent alone is insufficient. Without discipline, skills stagnate, opportunities are wasted, and dreams fade. The disciplined individual creates structure, develops habits, and adheres to routines that maximize efficiency and productivity. They make decisions based on long-term results rather than short-term comfort, sacrificing instant gratification for future reward. Discipline is not restriction, it is empowerment. It frees you from the chaos of indecision, the paralysis of distraction, and the destructive patterns of procrastination. Every action taken with discipline compounds into greater skill, greater confidence, and greater momentum. When obstacles arise, discipline provides the resilience to continue. It is the force that keeps you on track when challenges tempt you to quit, when setbacks threaten to derail your progress, and when fear whispers that success is impossible. The world rewards those who are consistent, persistent, and deliberate in their pursuit. Discipline turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers because it ensures that action is aligned with purpose, that effort is sustained, and that goals are relentlessly pursued. The bridge from dream to reality is not built in a day. It is constructed brick by brick through habits, choices, and the repeated decision to do what must be done, even when it is difficult. Discipline maintains focus on the path, keeps the mind aligned with intention, and ensures that action continues despite distraction or adversity. The 6-word secret becomes clear. Action, consistency, belief, adaptation, focus, and persistence are powered by the engine of discipline. Without it, even the grandest dreams remain unrealized. With it, ordinary efforts multiply, progress accelerates, and the impossible becomes attainable. Discipline transforms potential into achievement, desire into results, and vision into reality. Every great accomplishment in history is the product of disciplined thought, disciplined effort, and disciplined persistence over time. To master discipline is to take control of your destiny, to shape your life with intention, and to ensure that your dreams do not remain idle thoughts but manifest as tangible success. Gratitude is more than a polite expression or a fleeting feeling. It is a powerful force that transforms perspective, shapes behavior, and accelerates success. Those who cultivate gratitude see opportunities where others see obstacles, possibilities where others see limitations, and lessons where others see failure. Gratitude fuels positive momentum because it shifts the focus from what is lacking to what is present, from scarcity to abundance, and from doubt to confidence. The mind is naturally drawn to what it notices. When we dwell on problems, setbacks, or deficiencies, we magnify them, creating frustration, fear, and stagnation. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we create energy, clarity, and motivation. Gratitude enhances resilience. Life is full of challenges, and success rarely comes without adversity. Yet the person who practices gratitude is better equipped to endure hardship because they recognize progress, small wins, and the resources at their disposal. Every step forward, no matter how minor, becomes a source of encouragement and momentum. Gratitude also improves relationships and influence. People respond positively to those who acknowledge and appreciate others. Opportunities multiply when you build trust, respect, and goodwill. The energy of gratitude spreads outward, creating environments that are conducive to collaboration, support, and growth. Gratitude fuels action because it reminds you of what is worth pursuing, motivates you to contribute, and inspires persistence. When you appreciate the present moment and the progress you have already made, you are empowered to take the next step with confidence and clarity. It is a lens that enhances perception, revealing possibilities that were hidden by negativity or complaint. The practice of gratitude is simple yet transformative. Daily reflection on what you value, acknowledgement of those who support you, and recognition of your own achievements, however small, compounds over time. This compounding creates a self-reinforcing cycle. Gratitude generates motivation, motivation produces action, and action leads to results that inspire further gratitude. In this way, gratitude becomes a driving force for consistent progress and sustained achievement. The six-word secret manifests through gratitude by amplifying every other principle. Belief becomes stronger, focus becomes sharper, persistence becomes easier, and adaptation becomes more constructive. Gratitude is not a passive state, it is active, intentional, and energizing. It reminds you that you have resources, abilities, and opportunities to move forward, to act decisively, and to overcome obstacles. Life is full of abundance, yet it often goes unnoticed by those who are distracted by what is missing. By cultivating gratitude, you unlock the hidden power of your mind and spirit, channeling it toward purposeful action, consistent progress, and meaningful success. It is the invisible engine that propels ordinary effort into extraordinary results, turning challenges into lessons, setbacks into fuel, and ordinary days into stepping stones toward your highest potential. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a natural part of the journey toward achievement. The world is filled with stories of those who stumbled, fell, and faced repeated setbacks, yet ultimately succeeded because they refused to quit. Persistence is the unyielding force that carries a person forward when obstacles seem insurmountable and when results are slow or invisible. Every great accomplishment in history was preceded by moments of doubt, challenge, and apparent defeat. Those who achieve lasting success understand that temporary failure is not permanent. It is feedback, a signal that adjustment, learning, or renewed effort is needed. Persistence transforms failure from a roadblock into a stepping stone. It is not talent, luck, or opportunity alone that separates those who succeed from those who give up. It is the relentless commitment to continue, to move forward despite discomfort, uncertainty, and disappointment. The human mind naturally resists pain, discomfort, and challenge. Most people interpret difficulty as a reason to stop, a signal to retreat, or a justification for inaction. But those who persist recognize that the very obstacles others avoid are the crucibles in which strength, skill, and character are forged. Every setback carries a lesson, every disappointment holds an insight, and every struggle develops resilience. Persistence allows these lessons to accumulate into wisdom, competence, and momentum. Action without persistence is fleeting, just as dreams without follow-through remain unfulfilled. The law of averages favors those who continue to act, adapt, and endure, because the longer you persist, the greater your chance of success. Temporary failure is not a reflection of your worth or potential. It is a challenge to be met with determination, patience, and consistent effort. To persist is to embrace discomfort, to rise each time you fall, and to maintain belief in the vision even when circumstances suggest otherwise. The six-word secret reveals itself here: action, consistency, belief, adaptation, focus, and persistence, combined with discipline and gratitude, creates unstoppable forward motion. The individual who persists is like a river carving its way through rock, gradual, relentless, and unstoppable. No obstacle can withstand consistent, determined effort over time. Each attempt, each effort, each trial adds strength, refines strategy, and brings you closer to the breakthrough that defines success. Success rarely comes to the hurried, the impatient, or the easily discouraged. It comes to those who endure, who maintain effort, and who refuse to surrender to temporary failure. The power of persistence is not only in achieving goals, but in transforming the individual into someone capable of handling greater challenges, greater responsibility, and greater accomplishment. It turns setbacks into fuel, fear into courage, and ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Persistence is the bridge that connects dreams to reality, effort to mastery, and vision to achievement. The people and environments we immerse ourselves in shape our thoughts, attitudes, and ultimately our outcomes. Success is not achieved in isolation. It is cultivated through exposure to ideas, examples, and relationships that inspire growth, accountability, and excellence. Just as iron sharpens iron, the right influence elevates your thinking, strengthens your habits, and accelerates your progress. Conversely, negative influence drains energy, diminishes motivation, and limits vision. Most people underestimate the subtle power of association. The attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors of those around us become contagious, shaping our own mindset often without our conscious awareness. To surround yourself with the right influence is to intentionally choose relationships, communities, mentors, and environments that reflect the life you aspire to create. It is to seek wisdom from those who have achieved what you desire, to learn from their experience, and to model the behaviors that lead to success. Influence is not limited to people. It extends to books, media, and the ideas you expose your mind to daily. The input you allow becomes the output you produce. If you consistently absorb negativity, doubt, and mediocrity, your results will mirror those patterns. If, however, you immerse yourself in positivity, knowledge, and high standards, your actions, beliefs, and achievements will rise accordingly. Surrounding yourself with the right influence also provides support during challenges. The path to success is rarely smooth, and obstacles can erode confidence and determination. Being connected to people who encourage, guide, and challenge you ensures that setbacks are temporary and perspective is maintained. Influence shapes not only opportunity but also resilience, focus, and discipline. Those who master this principle carefully curate their network, eliminate toxic relationships, and intentionally spend time with people who inspire, motivate, and hold them accountable. It is a strategic choice, not an accident. The 6-word secret manifests here as well. Action, consistency, belief, adaptation, focus, and persistence are magnified when reinforced by supportive influence. When your environment reflects your goals, your efforts are amplified, your decisions are wiser, and your momentum becomes unstoppable. Choosing influence wisely accelerates learning, opens doors to opportunity, and strengthens the inner resources needed to achieve extraordinary results. Ordinary effort in a negative environment produces limited outcomes, but the same effort in a positive, motivating, and resourceful environment produces results far beyond expectation. To succeed, you must recognize the power of influence and intentionally surround yourself with people, ideas, and experiences that elevate you. Influence is the invisible current that can carry you forward or hold you back, and those who understand this principle harness it to achieve the life they envision. In essence, your associations, the company you keep, and the environment you cultivate are not just details, they are foundational pillars of success. Success is not accidental. It is the natural outcome of deliberate principles applied over time. The 6 words, action, learning, adaptation, consistency, focus, and persistence, are not merely concepts, they are the framework upon which achievement is built. Action is the spark that ignites possibility. Ideas alone are powerless until executed. Without action, knowledge, belief, and vision remain dormant, and potential goes unrealized. Every great accomplishment begins with the decision to act, the courage to move forward despite fear, doubt, or imperfection. Learning transforms experience into wisdom. Life presents lessons in every encounter, failure, and challenge. The ability to learn, to absorb knowledge from both success and setback, is what separates those who grow from those who remain stagnant. Learning is active, deliberate, and continuous, allowing you to refine skills, improve strategies, and approach obstacles with clarity. Adaptation is the natural extension of learning. Circumstances change, challenges arise, and what worked yesterday may fail tomorrow. The ability to adjust, pivot, and innovate ensures that effort is always aligned with reality. Adaptation converts obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into insight, and uncertainty into advantage. Consistency compounds results over time. Small, repeated actions performed daily create momentum that grows beyond expectation. Talent, motivation, and inspiration are fleeting. Consistent effort is enduring. It is through daily commitment that ordinary effort becomes extraordinary, that skills become mastery, and that dreams are steadily realized. Focus concentrates energy on what truly matters. Time, attention, and resources are finite. Without focus, effort is scattered, progress slowed, and potential wasted. Clarity of purpose, coupled with concentrated action, amplifies results and ensures that every step moves you closer to your vision. Persistence outlasts temporary failure. Setbacks, mistakes, and disappointment are inevitable. Those who succeed are not those who avoid challenges, but those who endure, who rise after each fall, and who maintain their course despite obstacles. Persistence transforms struggle into momentum, doubt into confidence, and effort into achievement. When these 6 principles are applied together, they create a self-reinforcing cycle. Action leads to learning, learning informs adaptation. Adaptation strengthens consistency. Consistency sharpens focus. Focus fuels persistence. Persistence generates results that inspire further action. This cycle, repeated daily, transforms potential into accomplishment, ambition into reality, and vision into tangible success. The 6-word secret is simple yet profound. These principles, when understood and applied, unlock the doors to achievement, growth, and fulfillment. They are timeless, universal, and accessible to anyone willing to commit. Ordinary people become extraordinary not because of luck or innate talent, but because they embrace action, seek learning, adapt to circumstances, maintain consistent effort, focus relentlessly, and persist when others quit. It is a system of philosophy and a roadmap for anyone who desires not only to dream but to achieve, not only to aspire but to accomplish, and not only to hope but to succeed in life.